Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Open Potato. This is Democracy 4. That's right, we're back. The Amish takeover is almost complete. Very, very close to completion. Farmers. They are 100% of the population. Everyone is a farmer. You can't move for finding a farmer. Religious people, actually, we're not far off max there as well. We were up at max, but not anymore, irritatingly. So hopefully we're gonna get back to that point at some point in the very, very near future. Now, what else do we want to do over the course of this playthrough? Well, we still need to try and strip out as much as possible all of the technology that we see in our society and in our government. So that is what we are going to be trying to do. Thank you, as ever, to everyone who left a comment. One thing that I did get a lot of feedback on was vertical farms. Vertical farms, apparently, which are somewhere. I think they're in like public services somewhere. I know what it looks like, but I couldn't put my finger on it. This one. Not city farms. Vertical farms. Whatever the case. Vertical farms, which are somewhere, this one. They do not actually apparently do what I think that they do. A lot of people in the comments were saying that they're like super advanced hydroponics in a city or much nearer the source. But I mean, reading it, it says farmland is getting rare, but recent inventions in architecture and agriculture could easily be bundled to make vertical farming in cities feasible. Food production in vertical farms requires more resources, but reduced transport costs might mitigate that problem. So I think that there is an implicit assumption, perhaps, that that more technology would probably be present in these farms. Although thinking about it, doesn't actually say so in the description. So you know what? I'm gonna leave it there. Anyway, we are going to immediately, straight away, outlaw narcotics, because of course that's what we're gonna do. Sinful drugs. All right, how is the election gonna go? I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm expecting no issues whatsoever. Apart from the economy, which is apparently tanking, I don't think this country has any issues. The anti-Techno-Tato party is... I mean, look at that. A monstrous percentage of the vote. A monstrous percentage of the vote. Look. Look at that. We have never lived happier, better lives. And you know what? Soon, I was waiting to say soon the environment's going to be maxed out, but no, it's been maxed out for a good couple of turns. Mostly because we've been trying to destroy car usage as much as we possibly can. Also, GDP going down does actually make a big old difference. It is actually quite helpful. You're terrible. You're terrible even though your sympathies lie with farmers. So there we go. We're going to leave that. We're going to leave our cabinet in the state that it is at the moment. The one thing that I do worry about is our GDP to debt ratio, or debt to GDP ratio. That will probably come back to bite us, almost certainly. But yeah, a decent amount of political capital, a decent economic state, apart from the fact that, you know, the global economy is collapsing, I think. But again, it's sort of worth bearing in mind that I've stripped out so much good stuff out of my economy that we are effectively left with nothing. Abortion law, we're going to change this. We're going to change it right on up to a total ban. Again, the only reason that we're doing this is to try and decrease membership of the liberal group. The liberal group is still pretty high, actually, and it did increase, and the reason that it actually increased was because of a women's march, which I must say it's quite a lot. That's a 10% increase to the liberal voting group. A 10% increase to the liberal voting group. The security briefing is telling me that we are at risk from three groups, and the security effectiveness is useless. So this could be a quickie. This could be a real quick episode if we're not careful. It could be a real quick episode. Now, the multicultural warriors, they are hopefully not going to be able to get an assassination attempt off on me in the next couple of turns. Hopefully, because we're just going to completely diminish the group. I mean, is that possible with any of the other groups here? The Invisible Hand, can we get rid of capitalists? Is that a possibility? Not really, to be honest. What do capitalists like? Capitalists like GDP, actually. They also like private prisons. Do I care about private prisons? I'll be honest, I don't particularly care about private prisons. But I also don't feel particularly strongly about them either way. I'm just a little bit worried. I'm just a little bit worried that we're going to end up dead because we have such pathetic security effectiveness. All right, what do we got going on? Welfare fraud departments? I guess I'm okay. I guess I'm okay implementing a welfare fraud department. The only problem is that I'm not entirely sure that it matters. It's going to decrease our compassion. It's going to decrease our compassion, but not if I don't scale it up. So you know what? Let's leave it there. It's going to cost way more than it's going to bring in, but, you know, hey-ho. Also, would you look at the size of our deficit? I don't even know if it's possible for us to cut any of our expenditure, to be honest. The Climate Change Adaptation Fund is, oh boy, it's expensive. I want to cancel space. Let's cancel space. Okay, next turn we're gonna cancel space for sure. I need to spend a couple of more bits of political capital. The State Water Company doesn't perhaps need to be as high as it is. Can we actually cut that right the way back? It might end up exacerbating the water shortage, but that's fine. Okay, and this will actually appease the capitalists as well as, like, reduce our expenditure by around about, like, 20 billion or something. So, yeah, we'll do that. The technology backwater is still hurting. It's very, very, very much hurting us. Very, very, very much hurting us. Speaking of, how are we doing in terms of religious membership? Not bad. Not bad at all, but I feel like we should still... We could and we should still be doing better. Also, faith school subsidies, this needs to get increased next turn. It absolutely needs to get increased. We have a teacher shortage. We have a teacher shortage that is caused by what? Just unemployment and the fact that we're not funding state schools enough? Wait, how does giving more money to schools fix the teacher shortage? I guess it's like I guess there's not a shortage of actual labor in the workforce. It's just a case that we're paying our teachers absolute pittance. I guess that makes sense. Unemployment is riding a little bit high, mostly because I just increased the unemployment level thanks to laying a couple of people off from the State Water Company, but that is what it is. Education takes a big old tumble right there. That's not so good. Okay, GDP. Has GDP actually bottomed out? I think it straight up has. Okay, we're gonna see a hopefully sustained recovery to our GDP because the global economy is gonna recover. How is my credit rating looking? It's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. It could be looking a little bit better, but that's okay. It'll hopefully improve over the next couple of turns anyway. What do you care about? An empty homes tax? Farmers like this? I will introduce this. I will introduce this, actually, yeah. I will introduce this. Actually, no, I'm not going to introduce this. I'm not going to introduce this at all. I don't think that farmers need to be appeased. That's the crazy thing, right? Is that farmers are maxed out happiness, and my cabinet minister is just really, really, really unhappy. I wonder if it's like, you know, for example... Jacqueline here. Jacqueline? I don't know. Whatever her name is. I wonder if she identifies more with the liberals than the farmers. The reason that I say that is that liberals are super duper duper unhappy, but farmers are super duper duper happy. Now you'd imagine that if each group was considered equally, then that would level out at 50%, right? But given that she's very, very upset, I would imagine that liberal opinion is more important to her than farmer opinion, which is ridiculous given that farmers are 100% of the population, but whatever. Okay, intelligence briefing is looking absolutely fine. Very, very, very okay with that. Completely okay. Your face looks a little bit funky from here to me, but it looks fine in that portrait there. Yeah, so the teacher shortage, I mean, how do we address the teacher shortage, to be honest? How do we address the teacher shortage? Is it just a straight up case of just boosting state schools? Costs another 40 billion, though. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. You know what? During this time, I feel like we need to make our priorities known. We need to back faith school subsidies. Oh my goodness, 33 political capital in order to do that. Okay, we don't have enough political capital to do that. But you know what we can do? We can cancel space. Cancel space, get rid of space, save us another 8 billion. Not like it particularly matters. Torpedo education in the process, because what the heck, right? Hope that we don't get assassinated. Is there anything else that we can fund? Clean energy subsidies, that's a no from me. Helicopter money, I mean, we could maybe potentially eke out a little bit extra. But it's not really worth it, is it? Not really. The alcohol tax. Now, we can reduce the alcohol tax. Did we end up reducing the alcohol law? Strong restrictions? Yeah, so, I think that we can actually straight up just take this right the way back. So here's the weird thing, right? Even though nobody is affected by this alcohol tax, you can tell that nobody is affected by the alcohol tax. Nobody's been affected by the alcohol tax for a long, long time, right? So this is a little bit of a quirk, I think. Nobody's affected by it because you can see that nobody's paying any tax to me because the policy has got zero income. Now, if I do scale this back though, then you will see poverty will actually decrease because poverty is increased by the policy. And if we take this right back, poverty will decrease, even though theoretically no one is affected by the policy, right? So it's kind of weird. I mean, how can you be put into more poverty if you're not affected by the policy? I feel like that's a little bit of a crazy relationship. It does work. It does work with like the tobacco tax. So for example, the tobacco tax, it doesn't upset everyone. It doesn't decrease poverty. It doesn't decrease equality, but it does decrease tobacco usage. So this works well. The tobacco tax works well, but the alcohol tax just doesn't. It just doesn't properly reflect the reality of the situation. Sure. You know what? Let's do it. Turn down offer? Oh, I meant to do the opposite. The entire opposite is what I meant to do there. That's a shame. I missed a trick there. All right, I suppose liberals already despise me, so what have I got to lose, right? The border wall is really upsetting them. Yeah. As you can imagine, angels of heavenly justice. Are you kidding me? Are you seriously telling me that religious opinion isn't high enough? Are you really telling me that? For real? I suppose our intelligence service is terrible, but still, come on. Okay, poverty, yeah, poverty's back down to 0. I mean, I guess I didn't really need to adjust the alcohol tax because, let's be frank, poverty is in such a great place. Unemployment is just going to newfound heights. GDP is continuing to go down. Is this because of the global economy, or is it because I'm doing something? Okay, this is definitely me. This is definitely me. There is definitely something here. Definitely something here. Right, a liberal plot. I'm not exactly happy about this. In fact, on the contrary, I am very, very unhappy about this. 20 political capital to do what I'd like, though. Do I want to do anything with this political capital? See, here's the thing. I don't think I do. I don't think I do. I need to bump up my term limit one more time, right? One more time, term limit bumped up to max is grand. I think that we just straight up go to the next turn and try and do that right now. GDP, a big recovery, or at least somewhat of a recovery. Education is still completely down in the dumps. Mostly because our technology is at 0. Yeah. Can we fund the can we maybe make more money from the automation tax? Honestly, not a terrible idea, given that we hate automation. I think we'll do it. Is insisting that you placate them by implementing a specific policy right to die. No. Not a chance in the world, my dude. Do you know who I am? Okay, farmers are not happy with something. Oh, they're not happy because Jacqueline Perez resigned. Yeah, bit of a bummer there, but that's okay. That's fine. Anyway, give me executive term limits. There we go. Crank that right up to 5, or crank that right up to max, should I say. This is hopefully going to uncap our limits, and therefore I don't think that we need to worry about it at all. Should I fund this? I feel like I shouldn't fund the witness protection program. Yeah, take that down to nothing. Prisoner tagging. Fine. The witness protection program, by the way. The witness protection program, it's just not that important for us financially. Just not that important for us, other than financially, I should say, is that it just wasn't contributing to anything. Violent crime is already low. What a bunch of this is just dreadful. It's just awful. Like I hate absolutely everyone here. Like there is literally no one that I want to pick up. Just give me the most loyal person. Socialist and a trade unionist. Really? A socialist and a trade unionist. I find it funny how the socialists really do like me and the trade unionists really don't. Oh well, you know what? You can't argue with video games. That's what I was always told. That's what I was always told. Right. Okay, moving right along then. Moving right along. Threat assessment is looking much better. Again, don't know how accurate that threat assessment is, given that my intelligence services consist of, I don't know, a cow or an ox pulling a plow. GDP is just so bad. It's just so bad. Airline tax. How's air travel looking? Air travel for a long time has been set at 0, which is good. It's very good. We don't want airline travel. What else can I do to increase GDP? I tell you what, a lot of the taxes that I've got introduced are quite problematic. Quite problematic indeed. Game hunting restrictions? Unregulated game hunting. I mean, sure. What the heck, right? Go for it. Unregulated game hunting. Let's freaking go. Allow sponsorship in schools because I want that education. I want that sweet edumacation. Let's go. We're still running an absolutely monstrous budget deficit. Is it a problem? My debt is still less than what we started with. We start with like 24 trillion, so therefore I guess it's not much of a problem. Science funding, we've already taken this down to the lowest point that we possibly can. Unfortunately, I can't fund it any less than that. Irritatingly. What else is like super advanced? I mean, body cameras are pretty advanced. Also, percentage of the population 0. And presumably that means that the multicultural warriors cannot try to assassinate me now? Provincial Defense Brigade. What the heck is... Who the heck is the Provincial Defense Brigade? Is that Patriots? Who the heck is the... No, that's the True Patriots. The Provincial Defense Brigade. It's not you. It's not the commuters. Who the heck is the Provincial Defense Brigade? What the actual heck? Is it retired people? It's not you. Senior Rights Society? Who the heck is this Provincial Defense Brigade? It's not the liberals, not the capitalists, not motorists, not ethnic minorities, not trade unionists, self-employed people? No. Also, what the heck is that? What the heck is that? I never saw that before. Holy cow. Parents? Surely the parents do not join. What the heck is this? Provincial defense. I don't know. Angels of Heavenly Justice, religious, Freedom Rebellion, liberal, People's Brigade, I presume socialists, Traditional Values Regiment, conservatives, Avengers of Mother Earth, environmentalists, True Patriots, Multicultural Warriors, ethnic minorities, Invisible Hand, capitalists, Provincial Defense Brigade. I don't know. State employees, maybe? No. I'm almost certain that I've clicked on, like, absolutely everyone here. It's not everyone, is it? No. It's not commuters. It's not motorists. It's not liberals. I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe I should be able to ask my useless intelligence operatives what the heck is going on, but no, apparently I can't do that. I mean, getting rid of this teacher shortage, how big of a deal is it? To be honest, it's not that big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal, not even slightly. Right. I mean, death penalty, we want to see if we can try and crank this down as much as we possibly can. The intelligence services, we've already cranked that right down to the bottom. CCTV cameras, we need to cancel this policy out. The reason that we do is because it involves cameras, and cameras are evil. Cameras are evil things. Right. But apart from that, is that it? Is that actually remarkably it? Who is this Provincial Defense Brigade? Who the heck is it? Right, so we can scale death penalty right the way back down, but I don't really want to do that at all, actually. Firearms laws, there's nothing... There's nothing here that... There's nothing here that particularly matters to my playthrough, so I guess I'm just gonna leave it alone then. Sure. Ooh, yes. Yes. We straight up need to deal with gay marriage. That is definitely something that we need to do. Unfortunately, we have nowhere near the max political capital. I wonder if it's worth us trying to cause hyperinflation. I feel like it's probably not. That's the only issue. Health tax credits. Is it worth us seeing if we can try and fund private healthcare? I mean, how's our state health service, actually? State health service. You know what? Let's crank this right down. Crank this right down. 16 political capital. Let's actually maybe see if we can try and get on our A game with our finances. I say get on our A game with our finances, and then immediately commit to spending 40 additional billion on state schools. But you know what? Let's flip and go. Let's flip and go. I feel like we're not actually spending that much on anything. There's a lot of little things that we're spending money on, but nothing major. Automation tax. You know what? Let's bump this up. Let's bump this up. Another part of the problem is that we were collecting so many like taxes from airlines. So, for example, airline tax and also frequent flyer tax. We were getting a whole bunch of money from both of these policies. However, by torpedoing air travel, we've reduced our tax to 0. So there you go. Same with car tax as well. Like, because car usage is pretty much at an all-time low, we are presumably getting less petrol tax as well as less. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. We've got hardly anything. We've got hardly anything. Yeah, straight up nothing. So, yeah, we kind of made it more challenging. We kind of made it more challenging by just getting rid of everything. Getting rid of all of the cars. Electric car transition. How are our CO2 emissions? The CO2 emissions have never been better, to be honest. Oil demand is at 0. Right. Wonderful. I'm glad that our economy doesn't even need oil to function. I don't know what the price of oil is. The oil price is increasing. And this actually decreases my GDP, even though oil demand, oil supply is entirely different from oil demand. Even though oil demand is at 0, my GDP is still negatively affected by the high price of oil. I feel like that's not reasonable, right? I feel like that's absolutely not reasonable. Food stamps. You know what? I'm gonna fund food stamps. I'm gonna do that. Also, apparently, it doesn't even matter if I do this because holy cow, this policy is completely free. Presumably because there's no poverty. Nobody's got like a low disposable income. Can I just check that, please? Whoa. Okay. Right. Okay. By measuring everyone by original income, you know, we do have a couple of poor people. Original income, $3,440. Disposable income, $181,000. What the heck is this? It's technically because we are like, we're just funding as much as possible the farmers. I think that's it. That's insane. That's actually insane. So what? The poorest person in our society has got a disposable income of 91,000. And look at this graph. You can't even, it's so big you can't even click all this stuff. Oh my goodness, that's kind of crazy. That is crazy. I feel like maybe increasing health tax credits would be good. And I tell you what, maybe increasing or school tax credits, that would not be terrible. Internet tax, $5,000. Wow, the income tax is really, really biting the middle income here. I really do feel like maybe reducing income tax would be good. Obviously, not good for the balance, the bank balance, the central bank balance. That is, we're still worried about that. You want an enterprise investment scheme? Not happening in a month of Sundays, mate. And believe you me, as a religious person, I would adore a month of Sundays. Okay, unemployment looks like it's peaked, which is kind of nice. We're running a slightly smaller deficit now, which is really, really good. How's our human development looking? Human development is looking a little bit low. Education is looking... It's looking dodgy. It's looking dodgy. Teacher shortage should be going down because we funded state schools a little bit more, but that's still gonna take a little while. Yeah, we don't have 45 political capital to throw around at max, do we? No, we don't. What do we do? I mean, do we maybe see if we can try and get childcare provision? How's our popularity looking? Not popularity, productivity, that's it. Business confidence, no, I can never remember which one is productivity for the life of me. Oh my goodness. Unemployment, no, it's GDP. Productivity. Okay, you know what? I think we're going to introduce childcare provision. I think that this is religious farmer, you know, tangential. We're going to fund it to the max. What the heck, right? You know, let's freaking go. Let's freaking go. It's going to reduce unemployment by a lot. It's going to reduce capitalist opinion by a bit. It's going to increase productivity by a lot. So I'm curious to see exactly what the heck here happens. You know what? Let's just give... Not a chance in heck that the robotics research grants are going to be granted. What I think that we need to do, right? What I think that we need to do is we just need to double down. We just need to double down. And we just have to hope, we just have to pray that we are provided for by a higher power. Free parenting classes, you know what? Give me that. We can espouse our very specific religious beliefs during these parenting classes. That's completely fine. Social Justice Foundation, no, we don't want to increase liberals. National Armed Forces Week. You know what? I tell you what. We did have a problem with National Armed Forces Week and flags on every corner. That was definitely an issue. But to be honest, I think that I'm fine with everyone becoming a patriot now, if they want to. I think. Yeah, fine. Public land law. You know what? Go for it. Oh, no. I completely neglected to consider that I actually care about farmers' opinion. I actually do. Okay, right. Well, we've developed an egalitarian society in a religious farming state. Truly, miracles are possible, folks. Miracles are possible. You're witnessing one before your very, very eyes. There's been a liberal plot that has been ongoing for about the past, I don't know, 16 cycles. It's a little bit ridiculous that it's taking this long to get something together, but there we go. Our debt is just about back to the start of the game levels. And I must say, I'm actually kind of disappointed with that. I'm disappointed. I feel like we could definitely do better. Have we got 100% religious membership yet, by the way? No. We're close. We're close. I don't want human development to actually increase too fast, because otherwise that's going to start decreasing liberal membership. Yeah, see, you can actually see here, there's a lovely graph that I think basically says if we are to go any higher, then it's gonna take away from our religious membership, which I really do not want to see happen. On the contrary, I want the opposite to happen. Maybe for that reason we should try and lower human development. Again, who the heck is this provincial defense brigade? That's what I want to know. Judicial independence. You know what? Let's scale that right back down. Scale that right back down. We don't care about judicial independence. Not at all. Especially if it's going to give us a decrease to liberal membership, then I absolutely am keen to see that happen. Press freedom as well. To be honest, press freedom we could get rid of. But I mean, look, I don't want to be too authoritarian, right? I don't want to be too authoritarian. That doesn't matter what I do. I don't want to be too authoritarian because we just literally came off the back of an authoritarian playthrough. Housing market boom. Nice, I guess. Generational wealth gap. How is the generational wealth gap looking? Not great, to be honest. But, I mean, our equality is super duper, 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 duper high. We're still in the technology backwater. And there's nothing that we can do about it. I wonder if it's worth, like, just trying to improve the secularity of education. I suspect that we can still maintain fairly high religious membership, but it's just probably going to be more difficult to attain 100% religious membership. I know we did technically get there, but, you know, I'd like to stay up there. That's an ambition for us. Okay, I mean, look, 100% popularity, or very, very close to it, is nice. It's very, very nice. Is there anything else that I need? Maternity leave? Maternity leave is actually something that I would like to introduce. I mean, I think that we did cancel it earlier, but doesn't particularly matter. Rural development grants, honestly, let's go for this. This is actually going to do a world of good for us. The only reason that I was not keen on this initially, car usage and rail usage. I thought about doing that. I thought about doing it long and hard, actually, between episodes, but no. It's fine, I think. It's fine. How's the environment looking? The environment is presumably still, maximally good. GDP is slowly but surely picking up. Maybe, with the addition of the rural grants, that'll get us to where we need to be. Okay, GDP is picking up. It's very, very, very much in tune with the global economy, though. Limit automated trading. To be honest, I mean, it doesn't really... This doesn't matter. I think maybe we should cancel this. That'll get us an extra 1% of GDP. Yeah, cancel automated trading. I still don't know why that's actually a thing, but whatever. There's still a liberal plot. Yep. Fine. Okay, GDP is up. Yep, we've talked about that already. Unemployment is continuing to fall, mostly because of our rural development grants, and also because GDP is continuing to rise. So, honestly, I mean, that's good. That's good on all fronts. Is there anything that we need to get rid of? I don't think so. I actually think that we've done a pretty good job of getting rid of most of the technology from our playthrough. CCTV cameras would be a good one to get rid of. Oh, not a chance in heck. No sirree. Not on my watch. No sir. Alright, another ministerial resignation. Honestly, just give me somebody who's got religious sympathies. Like, it's literally just that simple. I cannot believe that I'm picking somebody who has liberal sympathies, but whatever. Married tax allowance? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I am very, very interested in a married tax allowance. Again, let's completely torpedo liberal membership. It must be decreasing quite fast now, actually. It's not really quite fast, but there we go. And what's this? Community policing? I mean, maybe we get rid of community policing, to be honest. I like community policing, though. It's a great policy. But it is increasing liberal membership. Okay, we'll decrease it a little bit. That's completely fine. We don't need to worry too much. Yes, we are still running an absolutely massive deficit. Our deficit, however, is not out of control, which is kind of the crazy thing. Health is back to max, which is good. GDP is continuing to climb, which means that our income is going to climb, which means that our debt ratio isn't going to get too crazy. There is a good chance that we're going to be able to finish this playthrough without ever seeing a surplus again, which is fine, actually. The threat assessment is just the most jank nonsense that anyone has ever seen. Armed police, I don't really care about armed police, to be honest. CCTV cameras, yeah, we want to get rid of these. We've talked about that already. But yeah, we just have the worst security service in the entire universe, actually. And that's a fact. That is an actual fact. What else was I going to introduce? There were a couple of other crazy policies that I was going to introduce, just sort of thinking about it. What was it? I was gonna have a look at introducing, yeah, healthcare vouchers. Healthcare vouchers would be interesting. Now, am I correct in thinking? Yeah, I did. Literally earlier on, I did torpedo my state health service. Private healthcare is now like back up to max, but health is like really good. Huh. What if I was to do the same with my schools? What if I was to just stop funding them? Selective schooling. Does this matter to me? I don't think that this does. No, I don't care. I don't care about selective schooling. Doesn't matter to me. Doesn't even matter slightly. Yeah, state schools. So we could go from about 195 billion all the way down to wooden school huts. We still have a teacher shortage. We still have a teacher shortage with no sign of that actually ending anytime soon. I tell you what, I've got an idea. I've got an idea here, folks. First of all, school prayers. Yes, we absolutely need to get that implemented. Absolutely need to get that implemented. Let's get that implemented right now. Twice daily. Wonderful. Great. Let's do it. How do religious people still not like me as much as they possibly can? 99.8% of the population, by the way. Right, so here's what we're gonna do. This requires a very, 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 very close attention to an order of operations here. Okay, GDP is continuing to increase. Great. Unemployment continuing to decrease. Great. What is our budget deficit? Our budget deficit, 215 billion. Okay. So, here's what I want to do. It's going to cost me 25 political capital in order to reduce the how much would it cost to cancel it? 42 political capital to just cancel state schools? I mean, they don't really do much for me. I mean, that's an absolute lie. An outright lie. They are very, very good for unemployment. They're very, very good for education. But, I mean, just make people pay for their schools. I mean, everyone is flipping rich, right? I mean, everyone is loaded. Private schools? Middle income? Yeah. Wait, does public... Is that state housing? Do state schools not factor into this equation? Airline tax? Yeah, no, I don't know. Weird. Okay, let's just cancel state schools, and maybe it won't make any difference to anything. I need 42 political capital. I'm gonna be able to get 42 political capital next time. All right, let's go to the next turn then. Let's see what the heck happens. Okay, power lines, don't care about power lines. GDP looked like it leveled off there. 188 billion in deficit. Also, our debt to GDP ratio has actually improved. However, it looks like the global economy has also peaked. So chances are it's all downhill from here. It's all downhill from here. State schools, cancel the policy. Cancel the flipping policy of state schools. It's going to torpedo our education, but you know what? Let's do it. Let's give it a shot. Okay, so teacher shortage is going to be massively exacerbated. But the good news is that private schools are going to now make a much larger impact on everything, actually. Yeah. So it's going to decrease middle income, poor income, and wealthy income by a little bit. But to be honest, I mean, who really cares about that? If everyone is rich, who cares? If everyone is rich, who the heck actually cares? Look at that. Look at that. I have absolutely no idea what the heck is happening, but I freaking love it. Okay, build power lines anyway. Oh no, I've upset the farmers. This is a dreadful maneuver. Anyway, the point that I was gonna make is that we get rid of state schools. We maybe get rid of our deficit. Oh, look at this. This is... I was waiting to say great news, but then I saw this. Yeah, that's not good news. Not good news at all. Anyway, GDP up again. Wonderful. Unemployment was up. Not great. However, our credit rating was up. Education, big fall, and I would anticipate more big falls next turn. Yeah, wowzers, we've just managed to run a surplus. You know what I said about not running a surplus? Well, we just went and run one. We just went and run a gosh darn surplus. It's literally that simple. It's literally that simple, folks. Nobody likes me that much. Everyone as a group, pretty agnostic about me. Everyone is affected by that, even though it was only parents that were affected by that, according to the tooltip. Huh. Our security resources are not sufficient to take back control and rescue. Yeah, I know. My security services are disappointing, to say the least. Very disappointing. Anyway, the teacher shortage... Wait, what? What? We don't have enough people wanting to work in our schools. So just get rid of the schools. And that fixes the teacher shortage. That's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. How do you fix a teacher shortage? Get rid of the schools. Right now, children just aren't learning the way they should. I agree. Demolish the building. Oh, that's excellent. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that was the thing. That's gotta be a bug, right? That's... So that's actually gonna improve education by a significant amount. That's insane. That's insane. So it's not exactly gonna make up for the state schools, but it's gonna go a pretty good way of making up for it. Okay, so here's my next thing, right? Here's my next thing. If I introduce school vouchers, right? If I introduce school vouchers, it's going to increase everyone's income and it's going to increase private schools. Now, of course, I have a very, very large surplus at this moment in time. However, I am going to fund this to the tune of 189 billion. So I am going to go into a little bit of debt. I am going to go into a little bit of a bit of a deficit situation here, because I want to see exactly how much income everyone's going to be able to get. Because this is looking ridiculous. Look at how wealthy everyone is. This is just obscene. And you know what? Maybe I'll reduce income tax as well. Maybe I'll reduce income tax. Maybe we'll reduce income tax to like 1%. You know what? Reduce income tax to 1%. What the heck? Give it a shot. Give it a shot. I'm curious to see exactly how this goes. Right, we got 4 political capital. What do I want to do? GDP raised by 50%, cut inflation, cut executive term limits, cut armed police. I'll cut the armed police, sure. But only because I was probably going to do it anyway. Yeah, I don't think that I'm particularly interested in anything like that. So yeah, socialist, conservative, state employee, environmentalist. That's a model of the developer right there. That's Klifsky. Retired, religious. Okay, sure. I mean, look, we're gonna absolutely romp home at this election, which is just wonderful. The anti-techno-tato party. Oh, look at this. Not even a single vote. Not even a single vote for the New Left. Wow. Wow. Like, literally, non-votes were a freaking rounding error. Wow. Nobody's poor. Nobody is poor. What? Nobody is poor. It's great. I don't know how this happened. Teacher shortage has ended. Education, big up. Big up. Unemployment way down. GDP way up, actually. I mean, that's great. We're running a budget deficit of 695 billion. Which is kind of to be expected, you know, when you just absolutely demolish, all of your taxes, that does kind of happen. Anyway, the thing is that I'm very, very curious. What the heck is happening to everyone's income? That's what I want to know. Oh my goodness. So everyone is wealthy. Everyone is wealthy. What if I was to introduce like a wealth tax? A luxury goods tax? I think the luxury goods tax, since it would, look at this, 97% of the population is wealthy. Everyone is a wealthy religious farmer. I love it. I love it. I love it. So everyone is religious. Everyone is a farmer. Everyone is everyone. I guess that kind of makes sense. Everyone is, well, almost everyone is wealthy. And there are a lot of capitalists. I guess that I don't really care about that. I do kind of want to make everyone wealthy. How do I adjust that? I literally just need to give people more money, right? I just need to give people more money. How do I do that? How do I do that? Let's see if we can do that. So you private housing, private pensions. I mean, private housing and private pensions still end up costing an absolute arm and a leg. I wonder if perhaps we just change that. Yeah, let's see if we can try and adjust state pensions. Sure. Retired income. Excellent. Let's boost that up. And that's going to decrease poverty, decrease capitalist opinion. But that's fine. 10 political capital to do that. State housing. Let's bump that up as well. So middle earnings are actually going to increase by quite a substantial amount. It's going to cost us. It's going to cost us a lot. But we have made literally everyone in our country, bar like 5 people, apparently, wealthy. I am shocked. I am amazed. I am astounded. It's incredible. It is absolutely incredible. Punitive wealth tax? How is this only going to raise 55 billion? If everyone is wealthy, how can it only raise 55 billion? Doesn't make sense. School tax credits as well. I feel like that would be brilliant. Nuclear power station? Whatever. Let's go for it. I have absolutely no idea, by the way, why this has suddenly turned into a campaign where everyone has got to be wealthy. Education is down a little bit. Unemployment is down a little bit. We're about to become an uncompetitive economy. Is everyone unproductive because we've got, frankly, nobody working? Wages are going up. Wages are going up. Okay. We do have a $1 trillion per quarter budget deficit, but, you know, don't let that worry you, to be honest. Anyway, how's the graph looking? This is what's really important to me now. Original income. Original income, $3,000. Disposable income, $302,000. Look at this graph. Look at it. Look at it. Okay. Yeah. So you over here, Adam Jackson. What's currently making you poor? I mean, not much. Health tax credits. I feel like just school tax credits would make the difference there. So if we're able to introduce school tax credits, then that would be fantastic. Healthcare vouchers, I don't think are actually super necessary. School tax credits. Yeah, I think that this is it. We got 47 political capital. Wait, what? 47 political capital up to a max of 84? Why? What have I done? I tell you what, I could maybe fix the death penalty. Yeah, I think that I want to do that. You know what? Go to the next turn. Let's optimistically hope that maximum is carried forward. It wasn't. It wasn't. That's a shame. Okay, well, I was hopefully going to get rid of that. Is everyone wealthy yet? Almost everyone is wealthy. Almost everyone. Wow, it's unbelievable. It's frankly unbelievable. Just wait, by the way, until my economy tumbles. School tax credits. You know what? Nobody is poor. Nobody is poor at all. Middle earnings. I need mortgage tax relief. I need something which increases middle income, increases middle earnings. Yeah, this is perfect. Mortgage tax relief. So mortgage tax relief, by the fact that it increases middle income and middle earnings. I mean, that sounds too good to be true, right? That sounds far too good to be true. To be honest, if I was even just to tax the poor people, then that would mean that we would be taxing somebody with a disposable income of $156,000. I don't get this. This is broken in a major, major, major way. I do not understand this. I don't get it. I don't understand it at all, actually. I really, really don't. I really, 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 really do not. We need to ban Sunday shopping. How have I not done this already? How have I not done this? Okay, you know what? We need to go to the next turn. We need to make sure that we ban Sunday shopping. We are running a little bit of a budget deficit. I would say that we are running a little bit of a budget deficit. It's only a couple of trillion. You know, our debt to GDP ratio is still fine. It's still absolutely okay. Absolutely under control. Nothing to worry about. Don't you worry about it at all. Right. Ban Sunday shopping. Why can I not do that? I need a few more political capital. No issue at all. Okay. Deport. Fine. Excellent. We're about to develop into an uncompetitive economy. Yes, I do worry about that. High earnings are... Wait, what? So, wait. Are high earnings important to... Wait, so high earnings aren't actually relevant to wealthy earnings? Or are they? Yeah, high earnings are wealthy earnings, basically. I think. The high level of inflation is decreasing high earnings and also upsetting wealthy people. For that reason, I should probably get rid of helicopter money, or at least take it down a notch. Let me take it down to there. Let me take it down to there. We'll get rid of a little bit of inflation. I didn't realize that obesity was still with us after all this time, but that's okay. Let's ban Sunday shopping. Let's get that sorted. Where is it? Ban private education, ban private healthcare. I could do that. I could just ban private education and then just ensure that my populace was just completely uneducated. That is a genuine thing. A genuine thing to do. What am I looking for? Why am I struggling to find this? Ban Sunday shopping. There we go. A very, very popular policy. Let's fund this to the absolute max. Uh-oh. Is this... Okay, fund this to the max. I suppose there is no... There is no minimum, there is no maximum. That was in the economy tab, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, what does this actually... Okay, so this doesn't actually do anything. This slider does nothing unless the game is completely borked, which may very well be the case. It just affects religious opinion positively. It affects GDP negatively. I guess that's fine. Ooh, a website has become popular which is highly critical of a religion, followed by a cross-section of our society. Ban the site. You're gosh darn right we're banning the site. Okay, so I think that after that, there is no other policy. There is no other policy which would be of religious benefit to us. Not as far as I'm aware. I mean, organ donation maybe to introduce and then immediately ban it. Force political, military, religious oath. Yes, maybe that. I guess that is probably the closest thing. Richest company pays no tax. Does that not make capitalists happy? That seems like something that would make capitalists happy. Family planning? Not a chance. Not a chance in the world. Oh boy. Okay, so we have just crested through the AAA barrier into the BBB barrier. We are now running a deficit of $1.1 trillion per quarter. And you know what? Frankly, I'm showing no signs of stopping. There is no brakes on this train. Okay. Give me the political, military, force, political, military, religious oath. Yeah, let's go for that. For all citizens. That's right. That's right. Foreign relations are gonna get worse. But look, I think that we can just about deal with that. I mean, this is just about the most insane setup that I think that I've ever seen. So everyone is wealthy, everyone is religious, everyone is a farmer, everyone is everyone. Capitalists, conservatives, etc. doesn't really matter. It's just everyone is wealthy. Everyone is everyone is wealthy. Adam Jackson, who is... Everyone is wealthy. Look at this graph. What is going on? Look at how... I've never seen this before. It's just so crazy. It's just so crazy. Even Adam Jackson here has only got a disposable income of $205,000. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, that is crazy. That is crazy. It's just bonkers. It's just bonkers. You know what? I could if I stripped away a couple of different taxes, I could almost certainly. Oh, single. Keep the requirements. Keep the requirements. Hopefully, okay, to appease religious people, but that didn't end up working. Look. Don't get me wrong. We've had crazy runs before. But this just about takes the biscuit in terms of craziness. We're running a $4 trillion deficit per year. Nobody's batting an eyelid. Not anyway. Not yet, anyway, I should say. Everyone is wealthy. Everyone is religious. Everyone is a farmer. The Amish takeover is complete, as far as I'm aware. I didn't realize that the Amish were... The Amish were particularly wealthy, maybe in terms of spirit. Maybe that's what we're measuring here. Wealthy in terms of in terms of spirit. I don't actually know. This graph is just about the most insane thing that I can't even click on these ones up here. It's just about the most insane... It's just about the most insane thing that I think I've ever seen. And, you know, when you look at it... 335,000. 335,000. Blumenek, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I mean, if we were just to ditch this automation tax, it would just make everyone, like, $6,000 wealthier, like, pretty much just overnight. I honestly kind of want to do that, just because I'm very, very curious to see what the heck would happen. I mean, almost everyone is a capitalist, and I think it's people like... I wonder if Adam is over here. People like Adam Jackson, who's stuck over here, that is feeling the brunt. That is feeling the brunt of this automation tax. Also, private schools. There is no other way to educate your child. It has to be a private school because we scrapped all of the state schools and immediately got rid of the teacher shortage. Hilariously. I mean, look, I don't think that there is much more to do in this playthrough. I really think that this is quite a good place to end. I mean, look at this. Look at this. I suppose I didn't cancel the CCTV cameras, but I can get rid of them immediately. Yeah, the intelligence briefing is telling me that everything is good. I don't want to deceive you, folks. This game obviously needs quite a substantial amount of balance. Is it possible for me to do this? Should it be possible? Probably not. I feel like I should have run the country into the ground long ago, but the fact that we've only reached, you know, the state of being a technological backwater and, you know, obesity, everything else is actually okay. Like, nothing is terrible. I mean, the deficit is as large as it is because we've, like, reduced our income tax to, like, what, 0? Nothing? Yeah, our income tax is basically nothing. It is basically nothing. 78% of our budget is coming from government borrowing. Yeah, that seems a little bit broken. That seems a little bit broken to me. But you know what? Ladies and gents, thanks as ever for watching this episode of Democracy 3. What a weird and wacky ride this was, eh? Look at this. Look at how everyone is wealthy. Disposable income. Or, sorry, original income. Disposable income. That is crazy. Anyway, folks, thank you very much for watching this episode of Democracy 4. Thanks as ever to all of the fantastic Patreon supporters over on the Patreon. If you're interested in getting extra bonus content, including the ongoing Patreon exclusive series, check out the link in the description. Your support is greatly appreciated. It helps make videos like this possible. Thank you very much for watching, folks. I'll see you next time. Bye.